it can work around that SF. With the SF Greaves and few raid bands, with the Juggernaut healing ward, and let's say Vlad's and Slardar, they can fight very early on. They can take down objectives super early versus this Nyx that's gonna be looking at staying AFK and farming. And you can see that we called it a little bit right. Madden is gonna most likely rotate top and dodge this bottom lane completely. We see Dream Nyx staying here, and yeah, you don't want to be laning Bat versus Jug. That's pretty much it. I actually expected them to just remain this way and creep skip with the Bat, but instead he's gonna go top and try to find his luck elsewhere versus this Slardar.
Be spotted out by Chu though.
Yeah.
So, okay. Looks like Blizzy says, screw that, I'm out.
I love that Madden is actually trying to fight off the Rasta. And right now, I mean, he's getting stacks on him, but while he's getting stacks, he's not really juking the hits of Chu. And because of that, he took so much damage. However, as he's getting more and more stacks, it's gonna be increasingly harder for Chu to fight this off.
TP away. We got distracted by that. First blood in the bot lane in the meantime. Chu, he was just distracted all along. Sure what for though. He loses his fellow support in the bot lane.
Jug is just running top though. This is a lot of time wasted for this Jug. This is basically 2 creep waves that he's gonna miss completely. So that's not really optimal to be running around as Jug this way.
Right now, Navi, you're looking at this. No lane should be off to a strong start then, because you're essentially wasting all this time just transitioning your lanes, and then in the mids, you expect SF maybe not to do as good as he is right now. 3-2 on his first few waves.
I mean, it's alright. Like, that Prophet should do better, should completely crush SF in the first wave, just like many other heroes, right? But Magical, he found his plays and he got some last hits, which is pretty good for him. This time, however, I think the game is a bit easier for Magical than when he played that Viper. We'll see how he does, though.
Checking the other lane, see how things are going so far. Dayu, happy to have 5 to his name. Abnormal for start to this game, as we see one of the supports pretty well in terms of CS.
Yeah, he was just completely left alone. Like, the players that love the most, that love this meta in which you have to swap lanes around the most are support players usually, because yeah, we get a lot of experience and some last hits even on the lane.
The support, Sneko did make an attempt on the mid with the haste rune picked up. Very close as well, but Kodos very smartly held onto that Spirit Siphon until the last moment and kept him alive. Very important as well, because this is a volatile type of lane. Like, the SF could barrel out of control.
In the end, it's Empire that got the upper hand when it comes to these lane rotations, as Slardar didn't really want to run any longer. He ported top. At the same time, Madden, he ports top. And now the Jug and Nyx are basically tied to the bottom lane. So the Batrider isn't going to play versus Jug. And Navi, they didn't really win this lane exchange dance.
Blizzy will have to look at those LECS and be happy with that, because where things might start to get harder. He can go for the pull-throughs at least, but this Batrider will probably end up becoming a threat. A noticeable one at that. The good news is, you know, you mentioned it earlier in the draft with the Disruptor pickup, you have the means to punish this style that Batriders are playing at the moment, right? With the Boots of Travel and the split push focus, you can actually punish them for trying to play like a puck, essentially. What sort of items do you expect to see out of Crystallize this game? Because do you think we might see some like drums this game to try and just take control of the map before Lifestealer gets his items online?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for something that we've seen before, like some early game-oriented item build. But I wouldn't mind if he went for a Battle Fury either, like the good old 2 raid bands into Battle Fury, or Yasha into Battle Fury 2. It could work this game, because all they have to do is basically scale a bit better, in my opinion. And he also has the SF that's going to be most likely building into Greaves, so you have that mid-game hero that's going to be able to just pressure Empire early on, and you don't really have to contribute way too much as Jug, but we'll see what he opts for.
Time yet.
Some magic damage versus Kingar's Winter Wyvern as well wouldn't be that bad. Some Maelstrom or something.
Kind of like look at Backriders. Wish you got to witness a player in the middle of a game just spell GG out with Firefly. Because you can just write with the Firefly, right? You can spell something out. I feel like that would be the ultimate BM. There would be nothing more BM than basically spelling out GG or something.
So you just spell out GG and that's it?
In a fight, like while you're killing them. Like imagine you had someone, so say GH was to play it, right? And he spelled out his initials while beating them.
That would be some next level styling, I'll admit. That would look cool. However...
Oh, double stun. There's some styles. The mid lane, Seneko, in a lot of trouble, taking a lot of damage, and Magical, he at least gets to join his support in the grave. Beautifully done from the supports of Empire.
Seiyu, man. Like, he is on fire this series, at least. The other series today, for them, it was a little bit harder. They played versus VP, Virtus Pro, but this series, however, Seiyu is just on fire.
And so is Blizzy, literally, the top lane. He's going to go for the TP away. It's the only way. And even then, look at the damage. Blizzy, he almost ticked out there because he TP'd to his tower. He at least has a salve to recover.
He has a salve, and he didn't die there, which is... Even though he was very greedy with that port, he didn't die, so...
On the mid lane. Exorcism has been committed. The catapult coming in as well. They're just trying to actually get as much pressure on this tower as they can with the illusion rune. Oh, embrace. Actually, they're going to keep this going. If Magical commits too hard, say you can punish this is the problem. Neko trying to get in range to hit that Thunder Strike to interrupt the salve, but Kodo says, no, I want this tower. Jackal's coming out behind. Seiyu, he'll give his life for it. Despite Carapace, actually, he doesn't even have to. They get the tower, and Nyx walks away successfully.
And that's the first ultimate used also by that Prophet, and instantly they get the tower. Very well played by Team Empire, and it all comes down to that one Impale that caught both the SF and his friendly support. After that, they just had the freest time ever hitting the tier 1.
This is a big deal. I mean, we've already seen how vulnerable this Shadow Fiend is with a tier 1 to support him. And you see the move straight away. He knows he can't be anywhere near this lane anymore because of how far any assistance would be away. Instead, Seiyu goes, oh, great, a free lane. Let's get me to level 10 quickly, boys. I want that gold talent. DP does have enough levels in the Crypt Swarm. He can just run off the jungle and clean up these stacks. Where do you focus pressure now if you're Na'Vi? Is it the Batrider? You have to try and make plays for him? Or is it the lifesteal?
Right now, if you are Na'Vi, you're pretty much alright with the way the game is going. You just wait for the SF to get his Greaves up, and then you start pressuring across the map. You don't really have to do a whole lot. While if you are Empire, you just want to use that Prophet's next ulti for the next big push, which is most likely going to be on that bottom lane, as it's much easier to pincer the tier 1 and everyone on that lane.
Dream instantly infest bombs to heal up. They might still go for it. Yep, the Shackle's going to come out. That was greedy. Wyvern is here, though. Can he help out? Dream trying to chase forward. Crystallize doesn't have the mana for the Omni Slash. The Rage comes out. Dream has to back away. Takes a lot of damage in the process, and there's a bait. Crystallize goes down as Kodos makes the rotation. Has an Exorcism as well.
Yeah, at the same time, Dream did die in the back, so not really perfect for him as he's moving towards that Midas, which is going to be slowed down even further now. But overall, he's doing very well in the game. He's on top of the net worth, so he isn't way too worried about dying once there. And with that Exorcism that we called before, it's very easy for that Prophet to just take down another objective.
It's not just the objectives, it's that in the top lane. The Batrider, I don't think, maybe the Juggernaut, that's the only person who can even stand to be in the lane against this guy now.
Yeah, you can say that it's easy for Slardar as well, as he has Sprint, but Batrider skilled Flaming Lasso earlier than usual, I guess, for Blizzy to react to, and then he got caught off guard. These two supports are on top, but they're both level 4. They don't really do a whole lot. They need that tome. They need to wait 30 more seconds to be able to do something. Crystallize.
Speaking of levels, like you said about the Slardar, but he needs more points in the sprint before it's feasible, right? Because the sticky napalm being maxed out as it usually is, that's huge. Huge amounts of speed being lost. You're not going to recover with just the sprint alone. Dead. He's actually on the prowl. Problem is, King R always has an escape from him.
Yeah, he was trying to find King R. However, top lane Chu might be found.
Sun doesn't quite connect. Glimpse away. He'll be ran down and dead anyway. Seneko will join him in the grave and Crystallize. He has to back away. He can't go for the Omni Slash play. It's too much of a gamble. You probably don't even get Seiyu with that many heroes around.
Yeah, it's just level 1 Omni Slash with phases and 2 raid bands. You just don't go there. You don't go for that play.
Ramp up's a bit concerning now. 3k net worth lead for Empire at the 10-minute mark. It is inflated somewhat by the towers, considering 2 tier 1s have been felled so far, but you expect that from their lineup. It's focused around these early pushes off the back of the Exorcism.
Overall, they're farming really well. Like, you can see Kodos always having some stacks in the jungle to farm them. When he isn't, he's pushing with Exorcism, and now he's gonna rotate top to fight that fight.
They might find a big kill here as well. Juggernaut dragged in by the lasso. Run away right now, but Wyvern is arriving, which can slow him down with a burn. If they can silence him, they might be able to kill him. When his curse, Spirit Siphon out, they have got a level 1 silence and they'll use it. Exorcism gets committed, and Jug, he maybe needs to turn around for an Omni Slash, but can he? DD on Magical, try and do enough damage, will scare away Kodos. They have enough heroes here to actually repel the attempt by Empire. This might be the first fluffed Exorcism. Glimpse back onto Kodos into the razors, and the Hex is there as well, and he's dead. The big kill found, now they're going to pursue more. Seiyu, they see him. Golden Brace to buy a little bit of time. Blizzy diving on the tower, looking for someone. Requiem comes out and Seiyu is dead. As used to the Static Storm going down, will allow him to kill off Madden as they commit the Omni Slash. And look who else is around. King R, revealed by the Corrosive Haze, sets up perfectly for Na'Vi to just convert this into a push on the tower.
Yeah, they get 4 heroes right there. And this is basically the power of SF when he has this good team surrounding him. He can basically be this tower up front that doesn't really care about any of these heroes of Empire hitting him or not, because he's just way too tanky. He has that buckler and the arcanes on him, and after he gets that mech, it's gonna be even scarier. Right now it was just the healing ward helping them when it comes to sustain, but once that mech is done, they're just gonna go for the next big objective.
Yeah, out-10 by Sneka, interrupted. He's going to fall. It's a willing sacrificial lamb for what just occurred in this top lane anyway. But I mean, you know what else it was in that fight? This turns out DDs are a problem. You saw it from Empire, right? The moment they saw that DD, they instantly wanted out. And Disrupt is such a good hero at dealing with any team that isn't fully committed.
Yeah. If you don't fully commit versus a Disruptor, you just get caught by a glimpse and you're done. And in that fight, the worst possible target got glimpsed back for Empire, and that's the Dead Prophet. So they take a clean fight there, killing 4 heroes. The only upside that is for Empire is the fact that Lifestealer was still farming, playing his casual Lifestealer game, getting as much farm as possible as he's getting closer to his relic.
Jug is going for an early ramp up. He's building into the Maelstrom neck.
Alright, so that Maelstrom in this particular game is like legit. It makes a lot of sense because you have the Maelstrom for the magical damage versus Cold Embrace. You also have an item that's gonna help you farm a bit faster, and it's also obviously a damage item that helps your Omni Slash. So it's not a Battle Fury that just helps you farm a lot. It's an item that helps you farm and farm. Fight and farm, that is.
Here's a good mid ground. You don't get too much value out of it against the lifesteal due to rage. Radiant Corey did get sniped out, so say you doing Nyx things you'd expect. Push on the bot. Open wounds, magical. And they get him crystallized with the spin, scaring Dream away. They committed the Serpent Wards, and now with the shackles coming out, Say may went a little bit too deep. He does have the impale. And the Omni Slash does get committed. The Cold Embrace is there. They were waiting for it the whole time. He'll still go down to the double raise coming out from Magical, though, and they will secure this tier 1 tower. And you do the same, though. Exorcism's been used by Kodos. This tower is a lot more tanky, and the TPs are coming in. Drums activate. They actually want to pursue into this. Rainbow TPs, boys. You need to get out. There it is. On to Madden. Into the Static Storm. Hex stuff. No escape from this death.
Right, they lose one tower on the bottom lane and they lose Bat on top. Overall, it looks like Navi is in control when it comes to this game. They're playing a little bit faster than in the previous one. Their craft looks a little bit better as well, as they synergize very well in between these heroes.
Felt like Empire had this window with the Death Prophet that is very rapidly closing, and you can kind of see it from the way they're trying to make those trades. Not something you hear or say about a lineup with a Death Prophet often. They're going to trade towers. Unless you get two for the price of one. Crystallize going pretty deep here. They see him. Madden moving across. Sounds going to be the lasso as well. Jug got a little bit greedy here, and he'll pay the price because Nyx is here as well. Met going to heal him up. Spin comes out. The healing ward as well. The Winner's Curse on the side. Even Magical out of the equation. Delivering Crush zones them away, and they're going to be fine. They're looking to re-engage right now. Magical, though, is already dead. They need to get everyone else out. But Chu, he's a little bit too close for comfort. Glimpse away. Dream is going to be dragged back. But Kodos is close enough with the Spirit Siphon and the Yules. Enough. Hail follow up. A little bit of fluff there, but Chu, he can't defend himself. He has to turn around if he wants to, and it would have been too late. It's going to be a double kill for the Death Prophet. Crystallize still hanging around, has to spin TP though.
Yeah, just forcing SF to go so deep to mech the Jug. Did save the Jug, but in the end it cost SF his own life, as he was a little bit out of position and everyone just went instantly onto him, as they knew that he has no mech to heal himself with either. So Juggernaut perhaps didn't have to do that move, in which he went a bit too deep through the trees, but he didn't see the bat.
Magical's probably happy with that though, you know. He's trying to tick up the values on his Dota Plus objectives. Heal teammates. Oh, Static Storm down. Madden protected by the Cold Embrace. Is he tanking up? He has the drums. Gonna get away. Winner's Curse used as well. Glimpse back into a mess. And he will definitely still die. Defend this tier 1 again.
Yeah, they defended tier 1. They repel Empire away from it. But at the same time, Dream has that relic finished up. Was farming mid. Was not actually committing at all into that push. He's having a blast. Is that relic of his and is that radiance of his gonna be as good as in some other games that we watched today? I'm not so certain, because it isn't really the perfect nice game either this time around. So
you're not going to get that miss chance on the Omni Slash as well, especially.
Yeah, giving him so much space, is it as justified as in some other games? I'm not certain, but it's definitely the play that they have to make if they've already decided to go for the Radiance Lifestealer build.
Blizzy just trying for the jump, doesn't work out in the end. He doesn't have that instant blink initiation, as he did go for this drums build instead this game around. Can they roast though? They can use the Serpent once, but you got Zada.
With the Amplify, with the Greaves, with Crystallize, they can definitely rush, but we are gonna see a smoke from Empire.
They have
also a Bat Rider, one of the best heroes in the pit overall, because he can fly over.
They see him though, they're going to glimpse him around, try and keep him away from this. Kinetic Field goes down, Exorcism being used to try and chase him with the backstab coming around. Kodos looking in, there's the lasso, Static Storm goes down, maybe a little bit too late. Juggernaut trying to spin away, Roche hasn't been dealt with yet. The Requiem trying to use the Winner's Curse coming out. Juggernaut, he is getting pretty low here, has the Omni Slash, but can he get across them? Yes he can, he throws down the Death Prophet. Yule's going to be used, he's on top of the Roche, the Aegis will be picked up by Magical, but the Cold Embrace means the Juggernaut is down. Magical, he's going to go down once. Can they protect him when he comes up the second time? I don't think they can. Might have to abort. Blizzy got Slivering Crush. They're very splintered. Magical balanced up. I'll go for the triple raise combo. Shadow Feet just melting so quick. The glimpse back might stop Madden from pursuing for more, or will it? Gonna move forward. Splint Blast comes out, and Seneko, he says go right. I know what happens next. I'm the sacrificial lamb here. He's gonna feel the burn, the rattling, the fury of this Lifestealer.
Yeah, going for that rush. You have the Slardar and Jug and SF. They definitely do take down Rush very fast, but if you do it like that without getting a single pick off, and if you're telegraphing it like that to Empire, that they know for sure that you're doing, you're gonna get punished, and that's exactly what happened. Navi, they individually they make a lot of good plays, but at the same time, 2 series in a row, they have some of these movements that are a little bit questionable every now and then, that are a little bit too risky, and Empire definitely makes them pay the price this time around.
A little side dish in there as well, and funnily enough, a person I wanted to bring a conversation onto after Madden goes down was Chu, because they used the Serpent Wards before they went to the pit, right? So Empire knew this. They saw this. They're going to try and counter you at the Rosh pit. Yes, you've got Corrosive Haze, but defensively, how do you hold yourself up in a Rosh engagement?
They tried with Disruptor. They tried catching out Batrider on the sidelines, but instead just managed at glimpsing him away, and then he came back into the pit anyway, using that lasso on the Jug. Overall, a little bit of a risky move there. Didn't work out for Na'Vi. But they did take down that Aegis and they took it, so take down Roshan, they took Aegis, so not like Empire took it. They took a clean fight though.
Yeah, well, they got the Aegis, that's the good news, but the bad news was they died instantly with it, and the real winner here is this Lifestealer. Look at the net worth lead he's now building at the top of the chart.
He has that medallion. Radiance medallion working into the Manta next.
And this feels familiar to the Lifestealer previously we talked about. The one that was just left to his own devices and you just refuse to deal with him. You don't feel like you can deal with him. They're going to try now though. And King R spots it all though. He says, okay, I'll give my life. You got the tower. Now can they do anything? They need to actually abort and get out. Adam does have the lasso. Burn Blizzy down a little.
They don't have more charges. They just have to run. Oh, this is
an interesting smoke. Buyback comes out, and do they want to pursue? Wyvern's on his way across. Hex going to be there. Serpent Wards. X hasn't been used. Static Storm's going to go down. Dream. He got the Rage out, though. He's going to move straight onto Senenko. The Guardian Grooves to keep them alive and keep them healthy. It's enough. They bring down the Lifestealer. Moving across, they find the DP as well. A beautiful fight from Na'Vi, and the two most crucial kills just evaporate in the face of the damage of Na'Vi.
Yeah, that was a great Omni Slash. At the same time, the reason they got these kills so fast is because that Prophet had to use Yules on the SF so he doesn't get the Requiem off, which left her very vulnerable to Jug and his Omni Slash afterward. They lose these two big cores. They also bought back the Winter Wyvern. They wanted to fight that. Wyvern buying back. To fight it. Sadly for them, they weren't really all in position. Fighting one by one is always a recipe for disaster.
Longer line of death, and Empire, they knew how to do the dance.
There's the BKB and Slardar now. He's not gonna fall that easily to, let's say, Batrider. Still, Exorcism and most of the damage from Empire, besides the Radiance on Nyx, is physical.
We'll look at Magical as well. He's not far off of his own BKB. These timings might just cripple the opportunities that Empire have. I mean, you do have a lot of physical damage due to the exorcisms, but you're not focusing on using them definitely for kills. You want to try and flip kills near objectives because the tower is the important part for this DP. What he found? Meanwhile, what's your Lifestealer offering, right? He's going towards his Manta style. Not an increase in physical damage, just going to increase his farm rate. Na'Vi, I don't know how much room they're going to give you to keep farming like this, though. What's the move? What do you look to see Empire doing in the next few minutes? Because I feel like right now they are behind, right? I definitely have to be scared of Na'Vi more than Na'Vi scared of them.
Well, they just have to have a few good team fights. Just kill them. I mean, what they just have to kill and take some objectives. It's easy, right?
Sure.
No, no, I'm kidding. But overall, it's not the end of the world for them. It's this game is still very even. You can see it in the net worth charts as well. Yeah, maybe the execution of Na'Vi is a little bit simpler, but if they do get a good Winter Wyvern ult off and oh, that rage right there.
I've never seen someone rage so hard for a sentry, D-Wood.
Yeah, he was really worried. He was so scared. And that's justified. Like, this top fight could be really good for Empire if they manage to find the right angle to initiate, because Jug is already on the bottom lane. He can't really join them that quickly. He doesn't even have a port. And they smoked up. They see where he is, and they wanna rush onto the high ground. With the Vendetta running out, they don't have a lot of time left remaining though.
It's the Impale onto 2, Silence onto 2 right now. Lassie onto Slardar. They say, okay, you want to come to us, we'll make you pay a price for it. Blizzy's trying to move away, BKB activated. He will get out, but that is not how he ever envisioned using his 10-second BKB charge.
Yeah, Kingar was actually thinking about using Winter Spurs there. I think Slardar ran out of vision for him or something similar, or maybe out of range. As that Winter's Curse on the BKB might buy them enough time to actually catch Slardar after too.
They're going to convert this into a tier 2 push. Solar Crest up. Dream can tank the whole tower. With the damage coming out from Kodos with the level 2 exosystem, there's nothing to stop them. It's not like they were going to use it on Roche. Roche still doesn't spawn for about a minute and a half.
They actually have itemized really well. With the minus armor, with the Solar Crest on Death Prophet, and also the medallion on Nyx. But they have to be careful here, as there's 5.
Well, Sun's coming out on the 2. Hitting up the Spirit Siphons. There's the stun. Save jumps in. The Omni Slash did come out. And Blizzy, he's melting in the face of all this damage right now. When it's cursed on the side, keeps the BKB Shadow Fiend at bay. But Seiyu goes down. It looked like Empire might do more than that. But once again, the heals, the sustain, the tankiness of Na'Vi paying off. They still even have the Guardian Greaves to work with. King R has been seen. Buyback coming out from Seiyu. Glimpse back. King R hexed up and dead. No way to protect him. And this tier 2 will fall as well.
I'm surprised Empire tried to fight that fight, because it wasn't their fight to be fought. It was like at all. They already used the Dead Prophet's ulti on top. You don't have that to work with. I believe the lasso, okay, lasso was off cooldown, but at the same time, you know that there are gonna be 5 there, and that you're gonna be porting onto that shrine to get to the fight, which already puts Na'Vi in a better position. And now this is what's happening. Your high ground is suffering because of that one team fight that you decided to take.
Honest they will be. In fact, Hex coming out, Lifestealer. Trying to jump on him. They got the shackles, but they can't use it as there's a silence on them. Now I'm going to push them in. Lasso, perfectly comboed, probably timed. Madden, Dragon, Shadow Fiend deep. He will go down. The Requiem pop will reduce the damage Empire can put out. That means Na'Vi should be able to break away. Crystallize could go for TP out. Disruptor won't be so lucky. He'll try and TP now. But they've got Yules after Yules here. They're ready to play. Play with them they will. 2 kills on the Na'Vi members. But did you keep the melee racks alive? Empire, considering the mess of a fight you had outside your base, you kind of got to be happy with that.
Yeah, you definitely have to be happy. Madden used the flame break into that lasso very well, isolating the SF, moving him back, and then easily dealing with him. Overall, well played by Empire to hold one side at all. Range racks, I don't care that much. It's range racks after all. It happens. You can allow yourself to lose those.
Of course, the big hurt is the tier 3 tower fall, the first one, in fact, in the entire game on either side, which is going to open up these shrines, which, as we've seen, these Roche fights can get pretty hectic. If you can't buy back and get close, it spells trouble.
Not only that you cannot buy back and get close to the Roche, but it's much harder to move across the map overall. It's one of those, you already lost the tier 1s, obviously, so it's much harder to get across the map if those shrines are open. It takes more time, and these teams, because of 15 seconds more that it takes to get somewhere, they know or there you are. They're gonna be able to predict your move quicker, a bit easier.
Kodos is heading towards the BKB next, which actually that's going to be huge here. I mean, Disruptor won't be able to contain you anymore. You're still worried about the Omni Slash. You're still worried about the raw physical damage, but no longer will the lockdown be a concern.
You have the Yules to deal with that at least.
That's kind of the beauty of Na'Vi's draft, is it's plentiful in terms of lockdown and physical damage. It's not just reliance on one source.
We see a smoke from Na'Vi, and Kingar is in a good position, but oh, he's in the best position right now, actually.
Count the D wards as well. Vision 2 goes in though. Pretty aggressive blink. Now Seiyu gonna stun up. The forced up away. Dream chasing in. X hasn't been used. Shrine has been activated as well. Can they keep him alive? One was already dead. And 2, they'll finally take him out, but a lot is committed. Magical, the BKB into the Requiem's gonna throw it off. Omni Slash just eviscerates Dream. The attack speed on this boy is a bit too high. Yules out under both of them. F Prophet trying to keep the gap. It is getting low. Has to throw out the Spirit Siphon. Backs up just in time. The buyback from Lifestealer. Can they do something with it? They're chasing through. Slivering Crush is good. Slows him down. Crystallize looks to be out of this. There's going to be a glimpse to drag them away. And the buybacks that are being committed. Empire, they need to find more out of this fight, but they can't. Blizzard leap through the right. And they cover the escape of Magical and of Crystallize to the left.
Yeah, the only hero they actually managed to get is that Shadow Shaman in the end. That's horrible considering they bought back Dream and Kingar.
And use Exorcism as well. Roche is now up as well.
I was praising Winter Wyvern how well he was positioned, and he was. But that maniac, that madman Chu on this Rasta is going ham. Jumps straight into all of them, catches out that Winter Wyvern before he manages to use any of his spells.
They caught Sineko though.
Disruptor, alright.
That, like, they were baiting in the pit. And now they can seriously do this because the Disruptor, that's the biggest boon that Na'Vi have in these Roche engagements.
Yeah, definitely. Like, not having that Disruptor here can basically force Na'Vi to not even contest this fight and to contest this Roche. It looks like they won't. It looks like they're just giving it away. Here's a freebie for Empire, and now that buyback from Dream isn't nearly as bad for them as it was just a few seconds ago.
I'm kind of speechless on that one. I mean, you go out solo, you have to suspect they're playing around the Roche pit. You know you're the biggest power spike for Na'Vi in that fight. Surely you send Shaman if you need someone to scout that. Because what's going to happen? You're alone. You can maybe get 2 people TP'd in before you're dead and you're in trouble. Big costs to the side of Na'Vi is Empire. This makes Dream unapproachable. And you what? You kill him once with the Omni Slash? How do you get him the second time?
I believe you've reached the point side of Na'Vi in which this Jug starts hitting really hard regardless. Like, he's moving slowly towards that butterfly. As you can see, he has the Eagle Song and the Mjolnir and the Manta. So you can find ways of killing this knight, definitely. It doesn't really matter if you silence him or not.
Oh, Liz, should we restart the call? There's a little bit of lag coming in.
Lag?
Yeah, like a little bit of cut out. It's like Discord being a little bit funny. It's because it's been an 8-hour call and fest. Let's quickly restart the call. We'll take 1 sec.
Radiant are scanning.
Get Liz back on.
Lag. Is it better?
Nah,
No?
I'm kidding. It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's fine.
Come on, bro. Don't mess with me.
Hey, you're trying to mess with me. It's all good. That's just Discord for you, you know. Long calls, it gets a little bit exhausted, but here we are.
We're gonna see a smoke coming from Empire. They're gonna be rotating into that Radiant jungle, trying to back into this game. They still have that Aegis on Nikes. So
and the cheese,
perhaps,
I mean...
Yeah, so perhaps the pincer movement around this tier 2 on mid would be good for them. But they don't have the creep wave still pushing in. As the creep wave is around mid, it would be so good for them if this creep wave was a bit faster.
And I had to double check. I wasn't believing the numbers for a second. Like Kodos, I mean, he's got 2.3k HP. I thought he was level 20 with that much health, and he almost is. At that stage, with the cheese as well, that's 2 unkillable cores that Empire have in these fights, right?
They're not unkillable.
Well, you get the point, though, that they are ridiculously hard to burn through.
There's a bunch of damage coming from the side of Na'Vi. They can do it. You have the Corrosive Haze. You have the Jug that's massive right now with that Butterfly completed. What happened, by the way? We lagged out a little bit. Suddenly, Crystallize has a Butterfly too. All shenanigans.
Yeah, something suspicious here. Are we just going to lag out again and suddenly see a Basher in his inventory? Maybe a BKB. That's why he seems to want next.
Yeah, in any case, it's about the initiation, I believe. Which one of these teams initiates first and on which heroes. Like, if you again catch that Winter Wyvern instantly, you can take a clean fight once again for Na'Vi. But if Na'Vi are the ones that initiate with, let's say, a Bat or the Nyx, same can be said. They can burst down targets fairly fast too.
Chaos value hit, like more chaos value this station. I mean, you've got Static Storm on one side, you got these wards, this big slithering crush to come out.
Let's see a smoke from Empire.
Then on the side of Empire, I think the Batrider just gives you so many easy points in terms of initiating and finding a pick-off target. They're going to look for one now, but Na'Vi, they're reading this. They back away.
Yeah, this is the second time in a row that they're managing to dodge out these smokes. It's not like they have too many wards either across the map. It's just that they wanted to smoke up themselves too. They're gonna you can see the way they moved. They instantly take the next closest high ground, which is very important, and Nyx might run straight into them. Oh.
I think they noticed Batrider as well, yeah, so they know they're not regrouped. Sadly, Na'Vi not able to pounce quick enough. Means the Empire can get everyone back together.
Kingar, he's so deep, actually. He's the one.
They don't realize it yet, but they will soon. Smoke's now running out, so Na'Vi retreat to the high ground in the jungle. And Madden, he's looking to penetrate the high ground. GM as well.
Though. Yeah.
Awkward time for it to run out. Dream confidently walks in there. He's like, I got a second life. I don't care. Let's go. Find anyone. Pretty fast.
Long, though. They really want to fight.
Lasso coming out onto the Juggernaut, the prime target. Can they get rid of Crystallize quick enough? The silence there. Maybe. The Impale follow-up is enough. He's dead. No buyback.
He didn't have Manta there. That's why. Like, he already used the Manta 10 seconds earlier, sadly for him. Now they have a full creep wave and no buyback on Jug for 60 seconds.
This could be 2 lanes. They have the damage output. And you've already glyphed. You need one hell of a hold if you're Na'Vi right now, because this is completely game-changing. Aegis reclaimed. How do you breach them right now is the problem with the illusion, which is keeping you back. The melee racks will at least go. And Empire, they're going to play it safe. They're going to back away. Na'Vi will get a moment to review on that and think, okay, if that happens again, in that situation, we could be done here. We need to be careful.
So Neko just took 4 bounties, though. That's a good thing for them. He just went from top lane, taking bounties into porting to Shrine, bottom lane. He didn't even go base. He didn't crack under pressure whatsoever. One of the reasons I believe why he did that is try to get Jug enough gold for the buyback. As Jug was actually very close, you can see that he has a buyback now.
Well played. Change of heart there. Disrupt. I mean, you just identify it straight away, right? Like, you've got to hope that's the goal, because there's no way you can fight 4v5 against Empire at that stage. Pays off. Na'Vi's still in this game, and they have to be because they are already 1 game down. I want to even think about defeat, but have to think, okay, how do we want to play this? We can't be too experimental. We need a solid, clear plan, because this could easily be our final game.
They have that Blizzy. Lardar once again in his full potential with the Shadow Blade, with the BKB. He's going to be able to find these pickoffs. And I mean, we said this earlier. Right now, it's all about who gets the first initiative. It doesn't really matter. How far ahead you are when you're playing versus Bat or playing versus Lardar. If they jump you and blow you up first, you're going to be playing 4 versus 5. Especially if you don't have a buyback like Jug didn't.
Oh, everyone in the game seems to be fixing that right now. Blizzy's still pretty far away, though. Needs 1,000 more gold. Better get farming. And oh, hello. Kodos, he just bought out. Through buyback, he says, I need this big power spike. I'm going to get out of the Shivas.
Has BKB, has Yos, has Shivas, has Cheese. I mean, even if they do jump him, that's a tough target. He has like 3k HP as well. He's very, very difficult to burst down.
Trying to make a move. Na'Vi are feeling safe on this high ground. You see, if you stand here at the stairs and don't let Empire walk up onto it, you feel pretty comfortable. Empire, however, move towards the bot lane, see if they can scout anyone out. They will realize now where Na'Vi are. You just hit the shrine.
These teams are very careful. Major is on the line, so you don't really want to be. You don't want to be rushing anything whatsoever. Even if these smokes, you can see they smoke up, but they use that smoke to take control of one side of the map, and that's it. They aren't necessarily trying to press the matter way too hard and go in some position on the map, which isn't really very good for rushing uphill or something versus Na'Vi can be equal to suicide.
It's true. Maybe we look at the next Roche. Minute time, pull us up. And Seiyu, he's leading the charge. Empire want to try and find a pickoff.
Sentry's there.
Oh, yeah, Blizzy BKBs goes in first, jumps in, Soneko. He's already gone though. Static Storm went down, not in a good place. Kodos with the exorcism, chasing through on the 2, who dropped the Serpent Wards and won't find any value out of them. Lasso on this side, they find Blizzy as well. Na'Vi, they just seem to be crumbling.
What just happened to them? Like, that was horrible. Like, both of these ultimates from supports were whiffed. They were used with absolutely no effect. The initiation also from Slardar, stunning that Prophet. There was no follow-up, there was no Jug, no SF. They just were not on the same page.
I mean, I can tell you what just happened, Liz. They just lost another lane. They might lose an SF as well. BKB comes out, uses the Requiem. Empire will back away. They were probing, and they should know for sure now that there is no buyback on Blizzy. They go back in. They want this melee racks, and then you're essentially 2 lanes down with Rose Sharp. Na'Vi are going to be hard-pressed to get out and contest that pit.
Now, basically Empire right now just needs to run into the rush, but instantly they realize there's no wards, there's no disruptor ult. But if you are Na'Vi, you cannot let them have that Aegis, I believe.
It's game ending.
Yeah, it's basically...
But look at the timings, right? Like, if you go to contest this, you're fighting into an exorcism as well, because it's coming off cooldown in 25 seconds. There, gets himself some jewelry, a wonderful gem left in the river. Washed clean of its previous past in the hands of Na'Vi. Nice minus armor. Medallion plus Solar Crest means this is going to be quick. You have to go.
Na'Vi just smoked up under the ward as well. So Empire should be super aware of what's going to happen here.
They break away.
Yeah, Batrider instantly porting top, connecting with his teammates. That Radiant scan, however, should give away that Empire isn't in the pit any longer, which gives Na'Vi the opportunity to kind of play a different way. You can see that they're kind of circling all the way around, trying to find the best way to approach this high ground. They could not do that if they didn't scan the pit before, as they would be pressured way too hard. Teu.
Away. Both teams have become foreign exchange students as they've switched sides. How this works out. Glimpse. They see Seiyu. Static Storm goes down. Trying to protect the Column Brace. Lasu's coming out. BKB's activated. But Kodos with the Exorcism, they're going to melt through. Guarding Greaves. Magical trying to get the high ground. The Winner's Curse comes out. Locked him on the spot. Blizzy chasing through. Slivering Crushes there. But Wyvern has already had his value. Magical going to go down. Kodos down to half HP already. Crystallized trying to do the work. Omnislash going to come up. The Hex and the Shackles. It might be enough to finally drop him. But no, it's moving across. He can't get the cheese. He's going to buy back. Dream chasing through. Blizzy hit out by the Impale. Crystallized has to TP back to base to stop the creeps and keep their Dream alive. As Na'Vi still lose 2 heroes, they do at least force some buybacks out of Empire.
They're losing Raxes on the bottom lane too. Like, look at those creeps. That's massive. The Batrider
double cap.
The Batrider is forced to board back and defend, but these Kartis are still gonna take the Raxes. You can't, like, look at this. You can't stop this. He just lost one full side. At the same time, that Prophet bought back and Nyx bought back, Wyvern bought back, so they have to go into the pit. They have to take the Sages at least, and the Refresher this time around. It was very unfortunate for them, as they didn't manage to use that cheese on the Dead Prophet before she died. They managed to do that. The fight is a bit different, but overall they're still satisfied as they did take down that Aegis, and they're going to be able to pressure the high ground once again, especially now that they have that Refresher shard on that Prophet. So she can die once, then respawn and again use that Exorcism with another BKB, with another Shiva's Guard. Like, there's a rough fight coming towards Na'Vi. They have to find a way to fight it out somehow.
Down, Windows, board up and try and protect themselves here, but Magical, he needs to find some of this farm. He does not have buyback. In fact, he is 1,500 gold off. He will have to expose himself somewhat just to get that gold, but Empire already moving towards that bot lane. Said basically got double X's, and they gave the cheese to the Lifestealer as he's more likely in their eyes to actually get it off before dying. Nyx does have the other cheese, and you've got Madden ready to go. Halfway towards the Axe, he won't have it. Time for this fight. Do or die. RV ropes.
Let's see. There's a nullifier on Knights as well. Jug has to be careful.
Then Rage activates straight away. Lasso dragged down. They found an important target. The glimpse back won't change it though. Chu is dead. Flies back instantly. Has to. Can't afford to waste any time. Your tower is already melting in the face of this Death Prophet. Magical. Trying to move in. Yule's coming out. Hex there as well. Nyx in a little bit of trouble. Blizzy with the BKB moving forward. Cold Embrace comes out and Dream chasing through the Nullify there. They've already got the Shaman, the Requiem, but there's the use of the Winner's Curse. A lot of damage done. Magical getting low. Killed off by his own team. Now BKB'd up, Crystallize chasing through, finds kill on the Nyx, Yule's up, gonna come down, Blizzy already dead, Crystallize, you're gonna need one hell of an Omni Slash, but the Cold Embrace comes out. It's gonna keep Dream alive, and Crystallize has to run away, refreshing, use Kodos, the second exorcism is a go. Dream chasing through, nothing to throw out, doesn't need to, GG comes out, Na'Vi, they know it's all over, and Empire are gonna be your second team from the CIS region to make it to Paris.
What a game from Empire. Honestly, it looked very rough for them a couple of times. Yeah, they never really lost the full control of the match. Perhaps 1k, 2k gold advantage for Na'Vi after some really good initiations coming from Blizzy Slardar. But overall, Empire, they kept their cool. They fought a couple of rush fights very well on the side because of that Batrider, right? He gave them so much vision, and it was a little bit easier to fight those fights around the pit. However, yeah, they go through to the major.